Hello, everybody. Welcome to, I don't even know, I think it's episode 72.
It's episode Dan. That's all
It's
that
episode
matters.
Dan. That's really all that you need to know. And with us, as always, my only cohort this evening is the Void.
The inky blackness. Thank you very much.
The inky blackness that is omnipresent, really. So, I mean, there's even when you might not see on the screen, the void is there. The void is always with us.
The void abides, put it that way.
Yeah. So welcome to everyone, all three of y'all. Big showing tonight. Hey, Donald, AJ, and Greg. Glad to see you guys. I was going to. Did I forget? Oh, I forgot. Hello, Erica. Oh, we're jumped up to 9 real quick. Lots of people popping in. Hey,
The void.
Scotty,
The void brings in via
the
gravitational
void
well.
does bring in. Word got out that quickly that the void was on. AJ, Greg, and Donald immediately got the word out that the void was on, and now boom, tripled our numbers. Puffs and Drams, what's up, buddy?
Or I'm just them.
You are. The void is 6 of these viewers. So yeah, 10. Well, 10 now. So 10 people is good enough. We're gonna start the evening off with a borrowed. A little something borrowed. Oh, see, Donner Pass Whiskey knows that no Christina's here. So we're going to start dropping down numbers because Christina's not on. And that's fine. I don't blame any of you guys for taking off when Christina's not here and you have to look at just my ugly mug. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I appreciate it. You guys are hardcore. Paul, Brad is had some family time today, well deserved. And like I don't think Brad's, I can't say ever missed a stream, but he has definitely well deserved on this.
I mean, do you count like 5-second streams as missing a stream, or
nope, that counts. That
counts. Okay, as long as that counts.
Donner Pass Whiskey, your disappointment was clearly heard. And we're going to address your disappointment in No Christina right about now.
Oh, no. God help us all.
Yeah, so now we're talking. Now was a little like not nervous. I was just a little over anxious over that. But now I've got the real money makers in the stream. I'm just basically the tag along in this scenario.
I don't think that's correct, but we'll go with that.
That's the other way around.
I may talk a little more, but the real value is in the presence of the void and the high priestess of Pete. Yeah, Paul, he is off doing demigod things, but there's also, and Charles too, like people, Brad is missed. Brad, I know you're going to be catching this. You might be catching it now, or you might be catching it later, but people are missing you big time.
I'm not.
Oh, Erica, I didn't even know your last name. I didn't know that you were Erica Coleman Bunahaven. I thought so. Good to know. I'm also happy that you're here. And Ed, what's up, buddy? I'm glad that you are also checking it out.
Hi, Ed.
So yeah, I didn't have any plan or any theme, as you guys know, so I thought I would start this off with a little stolen segment called What Am I Drinking? For those of you that have watched Aquavitae, this won't be new to you. For those of you that haven't, you really should. I find it hard to believe that you watch our channel and not Roy's channel. But in that rare case, I've got a beverage here. And I'll hold it up so you guys can see the color of it, and it won't really focus there. There you go. So that's what's in my glass right now, and I'll let you guys take some guesses at. Ooh, wonderful! What I'm drinking.
I believe I know what it is just by that little snippet. I'm not cheating at all.
Oh my goodness, it smells fantastic. I'll give you. It is not Jim Beam. Oh, maybe you were asking. You were potentially answering someone there, AJ, but this is not Jim Beam.
Christina, what do you have? Show yours. I rephrase that. Show your whiskey glass.
Oh, what am I?
I'm guessing it's a Balcones single malt. I'm so good at this game.
I love it, Kilco. Nice. You had to ask it, eh? This is.
Is it a space side?
This is. This is a Speyside. And that's a rare thing for me. I'm not a massive Speyside guy, but this is, in fact, a Speyside.
But is it really, in essence, a Speyside? Clue number one.
I don't really want to give out too many clues, but it's.
That's all they get from me.
If you know me. If you know me, then you'd have at least a leg up on what kind of. It is not Kregeliki 13, which is one of my favorite Speysiders. So, Puffs and Drams, that is a pretty good guess.
16.
It's definitely not a Speysider. I wish I had some Highland Park 16. To be honest, because I believe that is one of the special releases, like not the Twisted Tattoo. I think it's one of those special releases, the 16-year. Hey, Dave, what's up, buddy? Thanks for joining. Dave, we're playing What Am I Drinking? And it is a Speysider that is in my glass. And that's so far the only information that has been released.
Other than it's not Kregeliki.
And it's not Kregeliki 13.
Is it more than $100 at the LCBO?
This is not available at the LCBO and never was.
Oh, are we playing 20 questions now? Oh, can you buy it at Walmart?
And Dave, I do still have some of that Trillium. That Trillium is remarkable. Really, really good. Dave picked up a bottle of an Ontario exclusive Highland Park bottling. It was called Trillium, which is our provincial flower. And it is incredible. It's actually wow. So Donald Rance guessed Balvenie Peat Week, and Dave also guessed that. And
he's close.
Donald, you are very close, and Dave, you guys are both very close. Very, 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 very close.
AJ Lopez is asking, based on the color, does it have a sherry influence?
I believe that yes, there is. It's not fully sherried, but there is some sherry influence in this.
I feel like we should have the Jeopardy theme song right now. Final Jeopardy. Don't worry, I won't do it. I promise.
Dave, it is not the Balvenie 12 single barrel. It is not. Oh my goodness. It is really, really good. I forgot how good this is. I really, really, really enjoy this. Ooh. This has gotten much better since the last time I had it. This is remarkable. AJ, it is not. I will say that Dave and Donald were unbelievably. You're probably as close as you can get without getting the without getting the correct bottle. So I'll give you this. It's a Balvenie. It is not the 17 Doublewood, Donald. It is not the 17 Doublewood. Glenvini, Callan. Mike.
Yes.
A good guess. That was a smart, definite. The middle section of your answer is correct.
The monster of all space hides, Glenvini Callan.
Yeah. AJ, it is not Day of Dark Barley. I'll give it a couple more guesses and then I will, pardon me, I will reveal what it is because it's not a super common bottle. I will say that.
No, that it is not. Definitely not.
That's a little loud. I'm gonna move that away from Mike.
This Dave will probably get this because Dave knows this information. But this particular bottle was the first and only bottle that was ever brought back to me from Scotland. So it's certainly a really neat one for me. Donald, it is not one of the ton series.
Question: did it travel in a prison suitcase to get here, though?
You know what? I can't verify that. I don't think so. Judging by the dimensions of the kind gentleman who brought it to me, would have a hard time prison suitcasing.
Don't judge somebody just on their side. You don't know.
Or if it's a stretch.
Oh. Anyway, moving on.
Dave, yeah. So Dave, with a little bit of insider trading, got it correct. It is a 14-year peated Balvenie triple cask that was either Scotland exclusive or travel exclusive. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I have never seen that anywhere in my realm, so it's definitely an oddball.
Yeah, it certainly is, and it is. I love their tubes. They just get really.
Excuse me.
Crazy.
They get really nifty into the.
They do. They really do.
That single barrel one, and it gets into so much detail and nerdy stuff, and that's just wonderful. Because I like nerdy stuff.
That is a cool tube, actually. I will admit.
Yeah, it's real classy and simple and yeah, really neat info on all the barrels and phenols and non-phenolic peat and Isla peat and Highland peat. Really cool. And this is a fantastic dram. For those of you that haven't had this or have the opportunity to, if you ever see it, I'd scoop it up in a heartbeat. It is remarkable. Very, very, very tasty.
Does it say what year that was bottled?
Let me have a wee peek at this little.
Christina, what was in that glass? That wasn't in Glencairn. Smile.
I'm mixing. I'm doing this Balcones single malt in a small canned pepper.
No, that's fine. No, that's good.
Yes, no, it's delicious.
There is zero indication of bottling dates.
Damn. I was just wondering, if it was a recent bottling, if out in the wild, there might be some really still hanging around or not.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. It seems fairly recent, but again, you never know, right? It could have been in this game. 5 years is more than enough to make something disappear.
Yeah.
Donald says, if you want a fascinating space side, the Cragganmore 12 2019 special edition, I'm guessing that's SE, is cast strength, heavily peated, and available for $130 at the LCBO. I have an LCBO gift card burning a hole in my wallet, but I constantly wait because sometimes things pop up for really decent prices at the LCBO sometimes. So I've kind of really been waiting for that. Yeah, Dave. Oh man, Dave, don't ask me what. Dave has an incredible selection of really fantastic whiskey. High Priest at Lefroy. Oh, she will suggest probably, even if she hasn't had it, she'll probably suggest the Triple Wood.
What's this? NNC.
Here, let me.
She hasn't had it, but I guess I would say there's another one she would suggest.
Yeah.
And it rhymes with Ardbeg.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
Yeah. Honestly, they're correct. I haven't had the Triple Wood, and I would suggest that over the Lore because Lore is a piece of fucking shit.
don't hold back now.
Is it now? Let me ask you this: is it really like a bad whiskey, or is it just drastically not worth the price point?
It's not worth the price point.
Right.
It's not a bad whiskey. It's like they attempted to be Ardbeg, but didn't quite make it. But it's still like it has like that nice. It has a nice smoke to it. It has some relatively good flavors. My expectations of it were like up here because Daniel Whittington said that it was going to be. It's like Ardbeg Dark Coat. It's their answer to Ardbeg Dark Coat. It's not.
I haven't heard anybody. I haven't heard anybody. There's a lot of people that do enjoy it, but again, the opinion is it's just not worth it. And like Dark Cove is truly a legendary fucking whiskey. You're not you can't really compete with that. No matter how much you charge.
Quarter cask though is pretty good.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. We do have that open now.
Now, I will say the Triple Wood Carchis, which was last year's Carchis release, is of course at cask strength, and it is friggin' phenomenal. I can say the F word. It is fucking phenomenal.
Bam.
So if you see the Triple Wood Carchis, which again, I know it's limited and might not be around a lot of places, that is worth picking up. The regular Triple Wood is a decent dram for sure, but the Carchis is remarkable. Absolutely fantastic. There's no real bad. I'll even answer this one here on behalf of Christina. There's no real bad Ardbeg. Their bottom of the barrel Ardbeg offering, I believe, is the 10-year, and it's fantastic.
Wee Beastie is now the bottom.
Yeah, okay. So Wee Beastie is only 5 years old. It's very inexpensive. We don't have it up here in Ontario, but you're still gonna get that Ardbeg character and very punchy in a 5-year, I imagine, because again, less time in a cask is really gonna have that peat effect. But I've had a lot of Ardbeg. Unfortunately, I was exposed to 20 something as my first Ardbeg ever. And then I had like Ardbog, and then I had like Kelpie, and I had a bunch of just remarkable, really fantastic Ardbegs, and I didn't even try 10 until
limited releases were your first go-to.
Yeah, like I literally had a Dark Cove before I had 10. I had so many remarkable before I had 10. And yes, I was Brad spoiled, Dave, big time. And
Brad spoiled.
because of that, I was expecting to be not disappointed, but like obviously not as blown away. And when I worked my way down and tried that 10, and certainly compared to Lefroy 10, and I love Lefroy. I'm a Lefroy guy. Quarter cask is responsible for my love of Isla Pete. The Ardbeg 10 is really, really tasty.
So I've been doing some digging, and I have a getting place where I can find some oddball whiskeys, and I cannot find that Balvenie 14-year.
Okay.
It looks like Kilco found some Dark Coves overseas for a little over 250.
American? Kilco, is that American or Canadian? Because that's only like $50 American, and then scoop them up right away. Hey, Ben, thanks for popping in, buddy. Good to see you. Oh yeah, Charles finally bought an Ardbeg. He bought Wee Beastie. It's good, but not great or abusive. Yeah, it's certainly. I think they were just really offering something that is just punch you in the face. Like a lot of Ardbeg does have that, but this is really just a little more of the character of what their distillate actually is, and obviously being only 5 years, less barrel influence than some of the older offerings. And for me, I love that. Like when Lagavulin 8, when I started trying that, like I love it. The Laga
No,
8,
that's good.
yeah, it's fantastic. And it's
Question:
just,
do you get like when I got into that one, I got a lot of floral out of that. Did you get a lot of floral out of that?
yeah, big time. 100%. Very like a like perfumey,
Yeah,
dried flower, floral.
yeah.
And it's great. And that peat punch is fantastic.
Like I was at my aunt's house and I like stuck my face in the potpourri bowl. Oh God, I just admitted I have an aunt. The void doesn't have an aunt. The sweat of the cult is the wee beastie. That's gross, and I love it.
You can't bottle the sweat. The sweat of the cult cannot be contained in any human created vessel. So the Belvini 14 is 109 euros and available for shipping into the US. At 109 euros, I would still buy this. I actually would. It's really, really, really tasty. It is.
And I did not check overseas.
And sorry, shockingly, I believe they used mostly Isla peat in it, and I think that's why I like it. It actually is. It's got so much body to it, and I think that there's just enough sherry influence that it offers just the tiniest hint of fruit and sweetness in there, but still very, very dry, super peaty, super smoky. It's remarkable. This is much better than the last time I had some, so it does oxidize quite nicely in the bottle for sure. Oh, Kilco, you have no idea, buddy. Mostly Ontario. Alberta's really not that bad. Alberta is like the promised land in Canada for alcohol because they're privatized, whereas we are monopolized with the LCBO. Anything that you bring in has to be taxed by the LCBO. You end up paying, I believe, 3 times the price of a bottle because those 2/3 goes to the LCBO because they need to get their cut. If you are buying alcohol and you live in Ontario, the LCBO must get their cut.
Give me the
Quebec
money.
is bad as well. You're right, Donald. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. In fact, we just recently relaxed, and I still don't know if it actually went into legislation or not, but we supposedly relaxed our interprovincial laws, but you couldn't even carry alcohol into Ontario technically. While we don't have any borders or checkpoints in country, you can travel anywhere. That was still apparently a thing. So yeah, things are weird in Canada, but mostly Ontario and Quebec. Out east, it's a lot more reasonable. While they do still have provincially controlled liquor sales, they're a lot more reasonably priced, and shockingly have better selection. And that's a big piss off because the LCBO does $6 to $7 billion a year. And is I think it was second largest, but might be actually first largest for all alcohol. They're the largest purchaser of alcohol on the planet. So their buying power is insane. The real problem with the LCBO is it's just kind of
government run.
Yeah, but beyond that, we have big issues with relationships with the LCBO and a lot of distilleries. I've heard firsthand from some LCBO employees and people that are certainly in the know about relationships between distillers and the LCBO broken down because of that representative, that buyer from the LCBO who was physically in the distillery, making himself not welcome there anymore. And if you guys all know some Scottish people, I have some very, very near and dear to me, and you don't want to be rude in their house to them. It's not something, I mean, you don't want to do that to anybody, regardless of their background, but you don't want to go to a Scottish whiskey distillery and insult them.
Oh, why
It's
not?
not the best business practice. It's not the best.
It sounds like it would be fun.
Underground Canadian Railroad that imports whiskey. I think Al Capone did something like that during Prohibition. Oh yeah, Capone. All the islands on the St. Lawrence there, up on the north side of Lake Ontario, in between Upper New York, and Quebec area, have all been long used for smuggling since Prohibition, back and forth. These days, not so much. It's really not worth the risk. There's obviously a lot of people that ship, olive oil back and forth. So it's not worth the risk, in my opinion. While a lot of people, that is a wicked picture that the Void has up there of a potentially a wolf spider.
What? You don't like my portrait?
I love it. Mike, sorry to pop over here. Mike, when I was in Toronto last year, I was surprised at the price range at the LCBO. Some stuff was way cheaper and some stuff was holy shit price. Yeah, that's how it goes, Mike. Like Weller Antique 107, 37 Canadian dollars. Okay, sure, right on. Ardbeg Corey Vrecken, $200. So like it's
Canada.
Fucking mind blowing. So it's nice that we do get some rare treats, and like we have and used to before this bourbon thing really went completely out of control. You could walk into any LCBO. I live in a relatively small town. It is growing, but in terms of liquor stores, it's a small town, and I could walk in there. I could get Eagle Rare. I could get Blanton's. I could get two kinds of Blanton's. I could get Stag Junior, Weller Antique, Weller Special Reserve on the shelf in abundance. No problem. Nothing over $80, and that's Canadian. So there were times, and there are still small windows where we do get reasonably priced stuff, but for the most part, it's ridiculous because nobody wants the stuff that's cheap. And Kilco, you were speaking earlier about the secret Canadian stash, and when there is, and I'm being positive and saying when there is a time when whiskey folks can gather all together in one place, us Canadians do have a very impressive stash of fantastic Canadian whiskey to bring down and share with you guys, all the stuff that doesn't make it down there.
Secret stash? Don't mind if I void on over.
Yeah.
That sounds terrible now that I think about it. Wouldn't be hard to follow me for sure.
So Charles, so that's another thing. So Crown Royal doesn't have a great reputation. I mean, it has a great reputation as a whole, but obviously for us, it's not super great in my opinion.
What, you don't like a Blacktooth Grin? Or
hey, no, Dimebag. I rest in peace. I love. Yes, I'll have a Blacktooth Grin all the time. I think it was Seagram's though that he originally used.
It was.
But yeah, Blacktooth Grin, 100%. In fact, I'm going to do a dime episode one day and just rock some Blacktooth Grins. Maybe we'll use different whiskeys in it.
Ooh, there you go.
So Charles
episode idea is just rolling out. Bam, bam, bam.
Charles had a bottle of Crown Royal single barrel over the weekend. It was very good. Nice to try. Canadian whiskey at 103 proof. Yeah, so we have a lot of really nice stuff. In fact, the Lot 40 cast strength is stellar. Alberta Premium cast strength. All of our good whiskey is like 48% and higher. And it's just one of the general rules of thumb that I use is I avoid most Canadians at 40%. Generally speaking, and again, taste is subjective. Generally speaking, Canadian whiskeys at 40%, like your Crown Royal, your Alberta Premium Standard, all of that stuff is just pumped out. It's not at 40% because they found that that's the best tasting percent. It's at 40% because that's the lowest legal minimum that they can sell and call it whiskey at.
So still, it just said, I have no idea what Blacktooth Grin is. So a
Oh.
Blacktooth Grin is, hold on, when you take squid ink and add whiskey to it and just slam it down.
Thanks for joining us, Jesse. I can't remember the actual. Isn't it like it's like Seagram's?
Seagram's, Crown Royal, and Coca-Cola.
There you go. And it was Dimebag Darrell's drink of choice, and subsequently, I think the whole band. But Dimebag loved Blacktooth Grins. That was his jam. Like that was what he drank all the time.
Not gonna lie, I kind of want to get some squid ink and whiskey now. Not for any good reason, just
get
because.
Your hands on some quality squid ink, buddy, and we'll talk.
Oh, that's what it takes to talk. Okay. Weird, but okay.
This would be super interesting because another thing about the bulk and the mass-produced Canadian whiskey, it's all in the barrels are so exhausted, it's not even funny, and you can tell that when you pick up a standard Crown Royal. To me, you can just tell that there's just nothing left. Like I swear they've been using these barrels. Like we got some used barrels in 1955 from Wild Turkey, and they've been using them ever since until the fucking things leak. It's just what I get personally. Just very little cask influence, even on just that having that oak note is not there. Never mind like a sherry or a fruit or getting the vanillins from an ex-bourbon. It's just not there. The good news is there are lots of Canadian distillers doing fantastic things with wonderful casks. Ontario obviously has a wonderful wine region. Probably most famously Glenfiddich, the Winter Storm, used Ontario wine casks for that one, and it is a marvelous whiskey. So there's a lot of stuff happening, and as the world of whiskey grows, there's a lot of great things happening. But that would be interesting to see the boys get some boys and girls, more importantly girls in this scenario, actually much more importantly when we're talking about Crowded Barrel. If they did, that would be absolutely remarkable, and they probably could do some awesome stuff. I'd love to see some already barreled stuff taken down there and thrown in that Texas heat. Would probably be really interesting. But yeah, that's who knows what the future may bring. A hell of a lot easier to get Canadian stuff down there than it is to get the Texan stuff up here.
I'm sure Deb and Emma could do magnificent things.
Yeah, Deb and Emma are amazing. Strong team, Deb and Emma. Strong. Yeah. And if you guys don't know who Deb and Emma are, are like even in the tribe, you need to get onto some videos and maybe hop on that Patreon on a lower level so you can see some of those videos, because they are really neat and you get a lot of cool behind the scenes stuff almost daily.
If you don't find out who they are, you'll get a visit from the Void.
Yeah, and you don't want to. Well, sometimes visits from the Void could rock the world, and sometimes it's just something you really don't want to have.
This is a visit. As staring intensifies. See? Staring intensifies.
Amazing.
Were you slow?
Okay. Well, I'm 34 minutes in. I'm still drinking on that Balvenie. So I'm going to save a little bit of this for later. I'm going to put a coin on that, and I'm going to pour something else. Should we do another guess, or should I just grab one and we'll drink and keep talking?
I mean, y'all can guess what I'm drinking. See?
Unicorn blood.
I mean, damn it. You're right. The cult is the Void. The Void is the cult.
I don't know what I'm going to go for here.
Whiskey.
Oh, yes, I do.
That one.
Yep. Every time. You nail it, Lance. Every time.
I do what I can.
Void.
Wait, who? Yeah, thank you. Who is this person you speak of?
So this is what I'm rocking. I think I've had it on a couple streams lately. I can't help but
Yeah.
It turns out that some peated space hiders, if they're using that Isla peat, is really, really nice.
Damn it, Mitch.
That Belvini, are you drinking Canadian Mist? No, but you know what? For this channel, Mitch, that's a pretty damn good guess to fire off right away. A really good guess.
It's no longer here. It's never a good guess anymore.
You son of a bitch.
We can't even strike a freaking sword through the one that he gave us because it's fucking glass.
Yeah, no, he totally did it right. He's like, stab this one. Damn it.
I didn't even know it came in glass like that.
Yeah, it does. It's
unbelievable.
It's the fancy ass mist.
It is.
Yeah. This Ben Riek was a bottle split that Dave K picked up there in the chat. Dave is the great facilitator. Whenever we do acquire new bottles, it's usually Dave that is the guy that facilitates all of it, and we are all our group up here forever in his debt. Both for that and the whiskey that he shares. He has a, like I said earlier, a remarkable collection of fantastic whiskey. But the color on this too. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my God, aged 7 years in oak casks. Well, thanks. I did not think that it was maple. Color on it is quite dark. Real nice. Here's the Balvenie that I just had. And there's that. I can't really. Yeah.
That's almost
really,
like freaking.
really big. What the hell? There we go.
That's almost like Texas whiskey dark.
Seriously.
Yeah, it is quite dark. And on the nose too right away. And it's not saying that, and Dave would know because I haven't looked into it too heavy, but it certainly has cherry because
Benjamin. Oh, good Lord.
What am I missing over here? Void in a glass.
No.
Oh God.
We're not doing
that. I wouldn't be surprised if this is almost exclusive sherry, but then again, it might be the Octave cask that is sherry. The Octave collection represents the finest single and blended malts and single grain Scotch whiskies invigorated by final maturation in reconstructed ex-sherrywood Octave casks. There you go. It's definitely, oh yeah, almost a winey note, more than sherry, but there is some nice dark fruits on the nose, along with this wonderful peat. I'd really got to look up what peat they use, but I mean, let's face it, if you have the option for Isla peat and you're going to peat a whiskey that's normally not peated, you get the Isla peat, right?
I mean,
come on.
If you can.
Oh my goodness. I forgot how good this is. Wow, and so different. Wow, very fruity. Oh my goodness.
Sweet
Very raisiny. Strong raisin note that comes in mid palate. The finish is very raisiny too. Very, very deep and layered. This is a wonderful dram. You know what, Kilco? I won't argue with the Irish peat either because they do their own peat. Thank you, Scotch Down Under. That's awesome. I kind of just assumed on the nose it's very, very punchy, and Isla like. But yeah, that's awesome. And I do appreciate that. Obviously, everyone does. It's fantastic. I understand that it's not practical for many distilleries to not do their own maltings or source their own peat. But it's great when they do. And yeah, Kilco, I was going to mention Connemara when you said that, which is a wonderful dram. Absolutely fantastic dram. And recent talks about the Connemara cask strength have been around. So I've been kind of peeking around and seeing if that's something that would be able to enjoy, but not likely in Ontario. JDG is finished in maple casks. It starts in oak. If there's anybody that knows about casks, it is the Weddell.
10,000% true.
10,000%. That is. We just filmed the Curiositas. Which one? I have not had that Scotch Down Under. I have not had that yet, so I can't comment on that. I don't know if Christina have.
Littleness is good.
Boom.
That comment came a little late in my window. You
just
do.
In time for you to be drinking.
You do, Mitch. Very, very well. You are the authority
On wood.
on wood.
A wood connoisseur, if you would.
Oh, Donald, that would be fantastic. So Dave tried the Curiositas 2 years ago and was a little underwhelmed. Then he tried the peated cask strength. Absolutely no comparison. Yeah. Hey, Graham. Thanks for joining us, buddy. Cheers. Good to see you.
Hi, Graham.
Hi.
So I have been meaning to send out some stuff to Graham, who kindly sent in a bunch of stuff that you can actually see right above my finger here. Those are all sent by Graham. And I want to return the favor with some less interesting, but hopefully enjoyable drams to him. But Amazon has been sold out of bottles. That's one. You know what the most aggravating thing about the whole whiskey boom for me isn't the high bourbon prices and all that, because I'm really not that much of a bourbon guy now. It's the lack of availability on sample bottles. They used to be in stock all day, all night, no problem. Order them up. I've ordered tons. And now they're never in stock anymore. And the price is almost doubled because people aren't putting fucking olive oil in it.
Oh shit, Scram, Brad's here.
There's apparently a Brad in the chat.
Oh shit.
Shut it down. Shut it down. This is an illegal broadcast. Shut it down.
Oh. Oh, that's awesome. Nope. Brad may or may not have a car that drives itself. So yeah. Graham scored a recent 19-year Ardbeg and some Ardbeg 23 for a birthday too. Awesome, Graham. That Ardbeg 23 was the first Ardbeg I ever had, Graham. That's how Brad
Abused you?
Abused me.
By the way, do you get those samples by Telegram?
I do.
Excellent.
Telegram. Oh my god. This is the kind of stuff. Hey, listen, I know a page, Void. I know a Facebook page that is specifically dedicated to stuff like that, okay?
I'm watching you.
Charles, yeah, that is something that a few of my buddies have done with the repurposed airline bottles.
Jason, correct. That is a valid quote. I don't know where you got that from, but I'm going to have to find out where you got it from and stop that leak.
It was said by the Void himself, him or herself.
Yes, exactly. Now I have to stop that leak because that can't continue.
The Weddell needs to donate 4,000 pieces of wood a day.
Yeah, Kilco, that's something there. You might be onto something. You should check out the autonomous whiskey delivery system.
I could see that. I could see that going poorly in so many ways.
No, come on, no.
It's just like tiring, like people rolling up and just like kind of like corralling it. So
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. That is actually 100% the actual outcome would be
Yes.
100%. That's not even a fucking risk.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm excited now. The good times are coming.
That is impressive. That's an impressive number any way you look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Incredibly impressive. And Greg talking about indie bottlings of peated Benriach. One is heavily peated 5-year, and the other is a 13-year peated Oloroso sherry butt finish. Wow, that's probably spectacular. Again, so I haven't had a ton of peated space ciders, but the ones I have had, I've actually liked.
Well, I mean, it has the best ingredient ever.
Yeah, it's a big thing, and
no bias.
I do. There's lots of times when like we were saying the other night, if you're having a lot of heavy peated stuff, like a lot of Isla, to have a non-peated Highland or a space cider, it's like a delicious sweet treat because it's totally opposite end of the spectrum. So I do enjoy a lot of non-peated, certainly, but I really would love to go back in time to that point where almost every Scotch was peated. Because I bet you just so many amazing things were going on. And
terrible things. Lots of terrible things, too.
Yeah, a lot of terrible things, for sure. A lot of...
I find that more interesting, I think, as hot as that would be. Good God, what is this?
Yeah. You've always wanted to know how quickly he would go blind.
Yeah.
Let's play some whiskey roulette here. And it's not different kinds of whiskey. It's will you go blind or not?
Yeah, my kind of game. All the stakes. Stakes.
Oh, goodness me.
I'm glad I have this effect on you, Dan.
It's a wonderful effect. The weekly void is so healthy for
No, phrasing. Just so everyone knows, the weekly void for Dan is amazing.
Dan,
you might want to see somebody about a weekly voiding.
If you're only voiding weekly, there might be an issue there.
Oh God. Okay.
Hydrate more. More fiber. I don't know. Something.
Donald, cheers. Thanks for coming out, buddy. Always a pleasure to have you. Prunes, man. Prunes, yeah. Thanks, Benjamin. I will get on that. Hopefully this stewed raisin note on this Benriach will suffice.
And that's a segue right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's a fucking segue. And I'm not being sarcastic. Bravo.
AJ throwing out the derogatory term for a Canadian. Just brave the nuts on this guy.
Huevos. Oh my God. Major League 2 just went through my head. Marbles.
Are you telling me the Void is a fan of the Major League film franchise, at least the first two?
I'm telling you nothing.
Okay. I was in the market, babe. When was I after the Wild Thing jersey? Last year, the year before? last year. I was so hardcore trying to get one, and you can pay to have one printed and all that. It was super pricey there, but a massive Major League fan.
No, that's good shit. It's good shit right there.
Yeah. Terry, both. Both.
That's impressive. I don't even know how to react to that one. Except maybe elation. Yeah, elation. We'll go with elation. Yay!
It's literally it's neither. It's just a term. It's very it's more
every Canadian word is a term of endearment, really.
Yes. We don't really insult each other. What might seem like an insult is truthfully a heartfelt compliment.
Unless you call somebody 10-ply.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. That's hardcore, right?
Seriously.
There. That's you're throwing down. The gloves are off.
Listen, bud.
Oh my goodness. So what? Pardon me, my darling. Oh, she whispered.
Uh-oh. What's happened? Am I frozen? Is the world frozen? Is Dan frozen? I don't know what's happening. I'm scared. It's dark and silent. Oh no, it's just me. It's just me. It finally worked. That's amazing. I love it. I am the internet. I am everything, and I'm the alpha and the omega right now. This is fantastic. I don't even know what to do. I'm so excited. Ladies and gentlemen, it's working. It's finally working. All these years of planning have come together, and I'm so excited and so happy you can be here to see it. Just stay tuned, my friends, and wait until next time.
Okay, so that's what happens when my computer crashes. Yeah. So we're back. I don't know if everybody got kicked off or what, or if this is even, I don't even know. Can you guys sound off if you can hear me and see me? Or if I'm here talking to myself? I think I may be talking to myself, and that's fine. Okay, all right. Hey, I'm alive. We are back. Oh!
What's going on?
God damn it, it didn't work. I thought I conquered, finally. He came back stronger with Brad.
I get home, go into StreamYard, and just nothing is happening.
You cut off
I
one of our
tried.
heads,
I
and
tried
one
to
more
take
will
over.
replace it.
I tried to take over. It was so close. I was so excited. Everyone in chat was with me. The rally cry happened.
Sorry,
And
you can take
guys-
over. Here you go.
Yes. By the power of Brad, I am back in charge. Take it away now. I'm scared.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah. Are you going to go get
Yeah.
whiskey?
So proof, just saying proof right now that there is a power that can stand against the void.
Oh, no doubt.
With the technical difficulties of cask strength, it's the only thing that can conquer the void.
Well, we'll
The
call it a draw.
ineptitude of cask strength.
Floyd 06, the void tried to usurp the screen. Instead, he summoned a wild Brad. Epic.
Sure.
So really, truthfully, I think all this really proves is that the Brad and the void are possibly quantum entangled.
Could be. That would explain a couple of things.
It would.
Yeah, I'm wondering too. Yeah, I think that this is where things that have flung out of that mix, like that interdimensional shirt, and other things that exist, sprung from that crazy amalgamation of two of the known powers of the universe that makes gravity seem like the weakest force of all. Yeah, so kind of threw me off. I don't even remember what the hell I was saying. Does it really matter?
No,
Nope.
epicness happened. It's fine.
Yep, epic.
Now I gotta go catch up. As soon as this is over, I have to go watch the beginning because I missed the most of it. I listened to parts of it, but I didn't really.
That's
get to watch.
dedication. That is dedication right there. Period. Brad Void theory. Yeah.
It's actually based off of Pilot Wave.
Sure.
I just got a really, really cool, super thick book about piloting and navigation. Some of which, like, I have a very fundamental understanding of it, but I flipped open and kind of was going through it and all that. Some of the shit was so fucking far over my head. I'm like, oh, gonna have to start at the beginning of this one. It's got all like constellation navigation and all of that really interesting stuff, which I think. Oh, Charles, come on now. Charles, are you lying? Are you just hiding? You don't want Brad to get in?
I don't believe that, and it makes me very nervous. So now I'm definitely watching it.
No, it's completely true. It's 1,000% true. There's nothing. It's fine. Everything was fine. You didn't miss anything
at all.
Just some talk of Weddle and his wood. That's...
Oh, lots of talk of Weddle wood.
I heard that bit. I got a little snippet of the chat for that.
Yeah. So the crash is actually Terry's fault.
Sure.
Well, yeah.
Blame Terry.
I'm on board. Terry told me that I should be looking in the chat, so I went to open another window.
No.
Way too much.
Never
Opening up another window brings me up to like egg cooking temperature on this laptop.
Yikes.
So I wasn't thinking. I thought I was cool, figuratively and literally, but turns out no.
See, he accepts it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Just because
Is that what's going on? Dr. Pepper and Balcony. Nice.
Yeah.
I threw my ice packs under so I could look at the chat, and it was worth it. Worth the crash. 100% worth the crash.
I'm drinking a smoky pepper, so I'm on board with that.
Currently, I am pepper because it's Dr. Pepper and some wee beastie.
Ooh, nice. Very nice.
Ooh, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that because now let me ask you guys this before we have to shut off and check out Rocket Review. Is that the best example or of what you think of the actual Ardbeg spirit itself?
No.
Because it's the youngest that we know about, right? Like there might be some of those special releases that might have a lot of 4-year-old in it or something, right? And all that, but that we know about, that's the youngest Ardbeg?
I'm not even gonna go on a limb and say yes or no to that.
Okay, because like I think the very young and still young and oh maybe the very young is 3-year-old.
Like I said, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But anyways, yeah, I was just curious because again of the less time it spent in a cask, if it was really kind of, and you two are great people to ask that.
Put it this way, it's good. I enjoy it. It's fine. I will probably not buy another bottle of it.
Fair enough. That's the thing. I think they've just made it to a point, and hopefully up here it's affordable, like a more affordable, approachable, readily available, albeit younger, bottle of Ardbeg, and probably a super smart move because it's definitely flying off the shelves in a lot of places that I know.
Yeah.
Damn it, AJ! Now I have to watch the Pentagon Wars. Thank you.
I guess if you're using the word approachable as financially approachable, it still has a pretty good bite to it. It's not super intense. It does have a lot of I'd say a darker smoke almost. I mean, I am drinking it with Dr. Pepper right now.
Yeah,
so
you can't talk even right now.
Yeah, see, the younger Isla Pete's are great for smoky Dr. Peppers.
I bet that does make a good smoky pepper.
Yeah, that's a great. Yeah, that is
Random.
That's what I.
Cheaper than using my precious Ardbeg 10.
You
Random.
assholes. I never have Dr. Pepper when I'm really craving it and you guys are having some. Now I've got to go get some. And
What do you call 3 Irish lumberjacks?
I don't know.
Terry, this one's for you, bud. You call them tree fellers.
Sure.
That was actually a passable Newfie accent right there, boy.
Was a little bit.
Fair.
Which is very. You've got to know if you know Newfie and you know Irish, it's easy to discern.
Yeah.
But to the outsider, they are quite similar. I've met some Newfies that could have just literally walked right off the Emerald Isle, but it is very, very Irish. Newfoundland, obviously, quite heavily Irish.
Thanks, Terry. I do my best.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Reported. Okay.
Are starting to step on some rat gut toes right about
Yeah.
now.
So everybody, thanks for coming out. I had a blast. Thank you to the Void for, even though you're omnipresent, thank you for manifesting yourself in an audible voice that we can hear. Christina, thanks for bringing in the viewers. Brad, thanks for rescuing the show from disaster. To everyone at home, we raise our glass to you and see you next time.
I'll take over next time, I promise.
Cheers.
You heard it here. He promised.